Good morning, guys. How are we doing today? Going to start her up here. See if we can finish up these ruins here. I'm sure there'll be some good moments in here, since it's a main story area. Gotta love the initial loading screen, though. Gotta love it. There we go.
Oh?
This area looks fun.
Certainly.
Ah, we got one of those things, huh? Oh. Straight into it, huh? Okay. Haze of essence lingers over your body, faint and insubstantial as the dust of plume in a rider's wake. As you draw closer, whispered instructions echo in your ears and anticipation warms your blood. In a vision, you see the same stone machine you approached moments ago, but from a different height and angle. Heard rumors that some of your brethren were sent here months before. You know suddenly what this will cost you, and you are ready. Orders were clear. Effects of the machine and Sleabon Relog were wearing off. A child had been born not too far from Deerwood recently, its soul intact. The machine would need to be reactivated. You and your companions take up your positions. You share a final look of affirmation between yourselves. They don't know your name, and you don't know theirs, but you know that you're doing the work of the gods together, and none of the rest matters. Two carved bands of stone in the middle of the machine grind into motion, rotate in opposite directions, picking up speed. Wind shrieks through the cavern, accelerating when the stone rings. Press your hands to your ears, grit your teeth against the noise. You're about to shut your eyes when you glimpse new movement. Rows of triangular flaps around the machine open like petals. You don't know what's happening in the machine, but you feel it tingling at your extremities. All the while, it feels as if you're falling toward the machine, your stomach mashed against your spine. What happens next is too fast to process. Awaken from the vision, find yourself kneeling, gasping for air. As you catch your breath, you remember the strange scene you saw outside Silant Lys, where several robed figures fell amidst a howling Biowak. Looking at the ash scattered across the floor, it's apparent the Lady Key has been doing this, whatever it is, across all of Deerwood. Ooh. So we're getting into the meat of it now, huh? Interesting.
Keeping an eye out.
So this isn't the only place this is happening. These machines, I guess, are causing the Hollowborn. 1 day, 7 hours, and we can work on the other stuff. What is this? Like a waterfall? You're running over water, see a small stream that carves its way into the mountain. Inspect the stream. Shallow bottom flickers and wavers just under the water's edge, but as you look towards the tunnel, the bottom disappears into darkness. From here, it's impossible to tell how deep the stream is. However, a faint light plays along the walls of the tunnel. The echo of rushing water suggests that the tunnel and stream continue for quite some distance. Wade to the tunnel. Take slow, sloshing steps towards the mouth of the tunnel, holding yourself upright while the current tugs at your legs. Cold water leaves you gasping as it rises past your waist. You fight to control your breaths. The stream bed soon drops out from under your feet, and the current pushes you toward the tunnel with growing force. Swim into the tunnel. The current pushes you through the tunnel, faster, tugging you downward over your head. The tunnel narrows and drops, leaving only a thin pocket of air. You take a final deep breath before the current drags you into the depths. Uh-oh. Rays of light pierce the darkness, but the current is moving too fast to you see the flickering glimpses as you speed by. Keep your hands in front of yourself and focus on avoiding the jagged rocks that appear suddenly in the darkness, jutting from the walls. A light winks at you up ahead. You're approaching it fast, but it looks like to be the mouth of a second, smaller tunnel. You might be able to reach it, but your lungs have started to ache. Grab the edge. You wrap your fingers around the rocks lining the tunnel and peer into it. It terminates in a dead end, but something glints at the rocks at the far side. Reaching it would be a challenge for anyone without strong lung capacity. Probably Pallegina, because it's got to be athletics, right? Pulls herself into the tunnel, executing deft scissor kicks while the passage narrows. Before she reaches the end, her lungs hit her limit and she turns back. Uh-oh. Swirling and tumbling through the darkness of the tunnel, you see a last halo of light above you. You swim and kick toward it. At last, your head breaks the surface. You gulp air into the aching lungs and pull yourself to the edge of the pool. Crawling out of the water, you look at the cavern around you as you massage feeling back into your aching, cold, numbed limbs. So she has minor fatigue.
Yes.
Oh, we're back here.
Hope I didn't seem ungrateful back there on the battlefield. And you went out of your way.
You had a lot on your mind.
Got real close. Didn't expect that. And for a second, I thought I was going to finally see some answers. Foolish, of course. And why should I get answers? There's a world of Aethasians out there who don't know if their god's been blown up. Still, man can't help looking back. Guess you'd know that well as anyone. I might have turned my back on my god when he needed me. That's all I'll ever know.
You did what you had to, even if Waidwen was Aethys, his actions were destructive.
His actions didn't seem righteous enough for a god. That's why me and Woden had Waidwen figured for a pretender. It didn't occur to me that my god might actually mean to do harm to his own. Something to think about, I guess.
I guess.
Certainly.
So. Oh, I guess I finished that quest. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's take a look at our journal here. Craig Holt. Twin Elms. Twin Elms. Endless Paths. Durance. Oh yeah, we gotta take that back. Ancient Sword. And directed me to bury it in the black meadow under the skull of the drake looking east. Sounded like a message from Whale itself. Okay. I guess we can head on back then. Start heading back. Making our way back. This is a perfect opportunity to go back to the fortress and what does this have? Ah, camping supplies. Sweet.
Sharp eyes.
This is
and
the
keen
perfect time to make our
ears.
way back to the fortress and get the staff from Aloth. I think we're gonna give it to our chanter. Let's go to Deerford Village so we can give the lady her egg.
Willpower and good intentions will only keep me upright
Durance,
for
do you
so
take
long.
anything seriously? Or is the entire world just a setup for your idiotic punchlines?
The world
Can't
is
have to
the
be so
punchline
mean to each other, man.
in all its weakness. Would you kill the messenger?
Which one of you wanted
If
that
you were
egg?
as annoying as you, I'd consider it.
Indinia.
Good day to you.
I found the dragon egg. Hi, you feathered tits. Alright. Found the nest you spoke of. Hope those worms didn't give you too much trouble. Let's see her then. Not a single crack. Take this. Drops a sack of coin and a parcel of ingredients in your hands. Everything you need to brew a good, strong pick-me-up. Come to see me anytime you need potions or ingredients. Alright, got a special price for friends. Oh, we're friends now. Yeah, lots of potions. You have a lot of traps that I do not ever use. Let's just put those bad boys away. All right. Cool. Let's head back to the fortress. Or the stronghold. So we can go to... We can go to Copper Lane, and then we can go talk to... Lady Webb. I think I'll do that.
The stones and the spirits in this place have begun to
Nice.
heal.
More construction time. Oh, we already got barracks. Okay. Yeah. These all seem pretty good. Let's go with a... I guess we can just get the library. We can just make our way down like I was originally going to. Okay, so... First, let's camp. So where do my, let's see, how do I change out my group here? Journal, stronghold. Ah, here we go. Okay, so let's dismiss, recruit. And then... Sorry, buddy.
Farewell.
There we go. And then let's give this to you. Oh my god, it's bound to him. Dang it, I forgot I bound it to him. How's it going, guys? Oh, we can sever the binding. What am I doing? Well, I was gonna take this the scepter that I gave to Aloth and give it to the grieving mother. Not worth it, really. I'm definitely also contemplating my life choices. That is also correct. You don't think it's worth it? Oh. Well, so much for that plan, then.
Our paths shall part.
The thing is... Oh my god, it's in her inventory, isn't it? One day I'll learn how to do this correctly. There we go.
Our paths shall part.
There we go. Well, I didn't want it... Yeah. I didn't want it to go to waste. Because I'm not really using Aloth right now. Oh well. Oh well. Well, I guess it was worth a shot. Let's... Is there anything at the stronghold I need to take care of? Two people arrived at my keep. I guess we can go talk to them. Then after this, we're going to go talk to Lady Webb because we did... we explored those ruins. And then I guess we'll just kind of see what kind of quests I get. I also kind of... I'm also kind of... I'm also kind of considering doing the White March after this. Solmar the Shackler. I should do the White March? Cool. Yeah, maybe we'll do the White March. At last, I'm glad you're here, my lady. My name is Solmar. I have a matter of importance to discuss with you if you have time. Let's hear it. I get to take place on my throne? This is sick. This is like Game of Thrones. Oh, I am? Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's do White March. y'all keep telling me the story's really good, so I'm excited about it. I'll cut to the meat of it. I have a dozen Orlan slaves in a port. Healthy stock that will fetch a fine price if I can get a ship up the coast. That's the tricky part. Haven't had the coin to stock a ship for the whole journey, not without docking at Deerwood Port along the way, running the risk of having my goods seized. These Deerwood laws are completely impractical. Hoped you could be of assistance. I'm not gonna help you with slaves, dude. Hiravius, I want you to head down to Girara and see if you can free these slaves. I'd love to. It gives me something to do with my hands while I plot this man's painful death. Have you come to a decision? Yes, I have decided to hang you. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be straight up with this dude.
Yes.
Bye, Solmar. Begging your pardon and all, milady is hoping we could talk. Let's hear it. These are cool. I like these. Might be I got myself nicked here for unsavory deeds. My name's on posters all over Defiance Bay now. Makes it harder to walk around freely. Thinking is, it's time for me to seek out new horizons. Deadfire Archipelago seems nice, and I'm out of everyone's hair. Only I could use some help getting there. Not that I'm asking you to do this for free. I picked a couple things here and there from a fellow I know. Not much. You dare show your face in my keep? You should turn yourself in. You should turn yourself in. They'll hang me. I'll see they give you a lenient sentence. It's better than serving as an outlaw. Yeah, alright. It's been hard trying to find a burrow to hide in. Might be just best to start over clean. I think so too. Cool. That was fun. Yeah, I'm kind of liking a little bit of both. I feel like, you know, I kind of progress in the main story, or you know, in the quests and everything, and then I kind of get a little bit of combat, and then I get some story, and then I get some combat. It's like a good, you know, it's a good mix. I like it. All right. Oh, I gotta go to the edge of the map. Yeah, pacing is definitely the word that I was looking for. 100%. Okay. Copper Lane. Oh, wait. Okay, so I had two options, right? I can take the scroll back to Grimda, or I can bury it in Black Meadow. That's Twin Elms. Kind of tempted to bury it. They both have consequences. Oh, I did not want to do that.
Certainly.
Let's take it back to Grimda, I think. I think that is my plan. Alright, where was she again? She... Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Up there, okay. Yes, I did. Yeah, that was an interesting area for sure. But yeah, we killed him. Alright. Grimda. Here you go.
Hail and well met.
I found the scroll. She seems kind of crazy about it. It was a hard fight. Yeah, I think I had to do it 2 or 3 times. You've done well. Well, it was both a keeper and a discoverer of secrets. May this hood aid you in revealing what is obscured and keep you hidden from those who wish you harm. You're also free to visit the Elder Archives and take whatever books or scrolls you find in the open. Spreading and circulating new Oh, cool! I wonder if I can find anything in the Elder Archives. Some scrolls.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
So it says I'm stealing, but she said I could take stuff. Maybe I misunderstood. Anyway. Cool. I wonder if I'll ever need to go back in there for any reason. Anyway. Good stuff. Now we're on to Lady Webb. We'll tell her about our adventures. I need to for a quest. Oh. Cool. Well, I guess it's good that we gave her the scroll then. So she'll let me in there. She's in Brackenberry. And y'all were telling me to hold off on talking to that guy in the inn, right? I'm trying to remember what it was for. Yeah, the Chancellor. Y'all told me to hold off on that, right? And we're running. And we're running. Alright, let's see what Lady Webb has to say.
How fares your search?
There's something I can tell you about the Leyden Keys operations.
Well, let's hear it.
Leyden Key is manipulating a group of Ingwithian machines that span the country, and it seems to be causing the Hollowborn epidemic.
I had feared they might be involved in Widewind's legacy. It seemed too extreme even for them. How naive I've been. The Leaden Keys conspiracy is clear now. They have used Engwithan technology to engineer Widewind's legacy, and they want people to blame Animancy for it. As we speak, the Duke is holding hearings in the palace. He is listening to arguments for and against Animancy. When they finish, he is expected to decide whether to outlaw it. It seems the Leaden Key has been pushing Deerwood down this path for some time. I, for one, would enjoy seeing their little scheme fouled up at the last moment. Our Duke must hear what you have to say. Unfortunately, the hearings are closed to the public, which makes the Duke inaccessible until they are completed. However, certain groups have been invited to attend. You might get in with one of them if you aren't above a little pandering. There are delegations from the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, and from House Dominel. If you can gain the support of one of those groups, that may be your best way in.
Interesting.
See what you can arrange.
I want to discuss the Animancy hearings at the palace.
What of them?
Wouldn't they allow a guest of Dunred Row into the hearings?
We would only do that as a last resort. Walking in with one of the 3 invited groups puts you in a position of influence. Walking in alone as a representative of Dunreed Row would earn you distrust among all the rest. It seems our organization has a reputation for nosiness and manipulation for whatever reason.
Gee, I wonder
It would be
why.
best if people did not see Dunreed Row's hand in this. Easier for them to embrace the truth.
What is there to know about the Duke?
Avar is many things to many people, and that is why he sits the throne. To the frontiersmen, he is one of their own. To the patriotic, he is a sole descendant of Admeth Hadrit. To the nobility, he is from an old and established family. All of these are half-truths or exaggerations, a tale he has spun around himself.
Sorry guys, 1 second. Inflating a bunny rabbit under his... That would be much more interesting. No, just work message. Alright. Yep.
The man behind the tale may not be the greatest mind in Deerwood, but he knows people. He knows when they are sincere and when they lie. He knows when they are strong and when they are weak. The other matters he leaves to me. Outwardly, he prefers to come off a bit of a simpleton. Don't be fooled. Before he was a duke, he was a trapper, and an excellent one at that.
Farewell. I kind of like this Duke. Sounds like he might actually be a good ally to have. Okay, so yeah, we'll do White March first, I think. and then we'll do the Animancy hearings. I can just go up here, right? Yeah. It's the end of chapter 2. So what do you think? Should I do those first and then do White March, or do White March first? I guess it doesn't really matter, right? White March now? Okay. Let's do it. Your party is considered high level for the content in the White March. If you would like, the critical path can be increased difficulty to give you more of a challenge. The rewards will be the same regardless of the option you choose. So do the rewards scale as well, like in level? Or it doesn't matter? No. It doesn't matter? So then what? So it would just be to have harder combat challenges, basically? It just makes the combat harder. Only some of it. I'll probably just do standard then. Like, if it increased the rewards, it would be worth it, I think. But if it's not going to increase the rewards, I don't really see the reason of changing the difficulty. I'll crush White March if I don't scale it. Sure. We'll scale it. Why not?
You set out for Stalwart. The White March rises up in the distance, stretching to the north and south as far as the eye can see.
That's fair enough.
It beckons to you with peaks like broken fingers. The road thins to a tattered ribbon, and the shadow of the mountains falls across your path. You've barely begun your climb when the darkening sky pummels you with hailstones and turns the ground beneath you to ice. You press on. The air grows thin, and the treacherous mountain passes funnel screeching winds past your ears. A blizzard forces you to make camp for 3 days, huddling for safety while snow piles around your refuge. At last the weather clears, and you approach Stalwart under a crisp blue sky. There's a noise, high and sharp, coming from the village that sounds at first like another frozen gale. But when you top the rise and reach the village's wooden gates, you see what lies beyond them.
It's Darzyr, with a whole pack of them.
We can take these bastards!
We can take these bastards. Gets bopped. I'll just go ahead and shapeshift here.
Finish them!
There we go. Oh, are there more? Sounds like there's fighting. No, did I go the wrong way? Must be this way. Stronghold stuff?
Look out! More of them by the fishery! Wait.
Let's go ahead and cast a lower level one. We'll do Silent Scream. Do, 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 do. I like this music.
Your thoughts must flow deep, indeed.
Oh, my Cypher's getting destroyed. Where's my heal? Let's have you use that. Come on, second wind here. Let's see. See if we get a heal off.
Field trip.
There we go. And switch over. Where are you? You're right there. Okay. Let's have you attack that one. Hopefully we can take it out before it kills my Cypher. Nice! Broken through the western stockade.
Certainly. They shall see nothing while
We
I
need
see
help!
much.
This way!
Wait.
Stand fast!
Let's go ahead and use a nice level 5 spell. We'll hold off. That accuracy bonus going. It's better against ogres. Crush damage? Oh, we'll just go ahead and pop that. We'll do our Scream. Cypher's OP. He's so good. Are you not set to aggressive? No. Does it change every time you change out party members?
Silence surrounds me.
There we go. Alright, we'll just keep making our way over this way. Oh no, holy crap, the whole building burned down. Okay. Let's see if we can get a... I have a feeling, let's hold off for a second. Okay. Now we'll cast Moonwell. And then we'll have you... Gotta remember to use my opener for my cleric every time. Go ahead and shapeshift. Go ahead and do that. Endurance! have you switch to range. Let's get our whelps out.
Stand.
Here we go.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I did the level scaling because I don't want it to be super easy, you know? I mean, I'm fine with it being easy, but not like a total walk. Oh, we're all just gonna run away now? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, you really can't walk over there and attack? And you really can't walk over there and attack?
Darthir's fallen. Back to the matron now.
They're running! We did it! We saved the town! You're the one that the Reneguild sent for. She'll want to speak with you. Her house is just up the way next to Gref's Rest.
Katie's house is burning! Hurry! They're both in there!
Certainly.
Help! The hut's coming down!
We gotta go in there! We have to save him! After we quick save! Roof of the hut is almost entirely enveloped in flames, lighting the snow and... okay. Hut's threshold, you can see billowing smoke. Fires roar as it climbs the timbers. The air feels thick and hot. The building is a maze of flame. Withstanding the smoke, navigating the fire will be a challenge. Either Adir or Palagina, I'm thinking. She has the most athletics. Sure. Leaps over the burning threshold, plunging into the smoke. Inside the house, the fire has pitted the walls and the beams. It's hard to see a few feet, save for the occasional glimpse of glowing embers. General stat test? Gotcha. If I retreat now, can I send in someone else? We'll just continue. Nice. Moves forward, the hut groans and shifts. Above, a beam begins to sag, threatening to crash down into the corridor. From just ahead, a faint sound calling for help. Oh gosh. Prop up the beam with another log. Whoops! The mighty groan, the burning beam comes crashing down. It's pinned beneath the heavy log. Push the beam away. It's still able to heave the debris away. Okay, nice. Pressing forward, Palagina comes to at last a wider room. To the left is a man, the source of the faint cries for help. He stands trapped behind a curtain of flame. It may be impossible to reach him without quenching the fires first. To the right, a woman lies unconscious beneath what appears to be once been a roof. She's small, but the rubble trapping her looks heavy. Smoke winds its way up and out of the air, obscuring all sight outside. Huh. Sounds like it could be a kid. Let's go for the woman. Considerable amount of rubble, including a heavy crossbeam. A purpling bruise on her temple suggests she was struck. Use a pry bar to help clear the rubble. Okay, nice. Heaves the rubble clear. Still unconscious, the woman is free of the rubble, can now be moved. Carry the woman out. Oh gosh. These are the hard choices. I'm glad I'm not timed on these decisions. Turn away to help the man? She'll collapse soon. Oh shit. Palgina hears a shriek of pain, can see but the faintest outline of a man as he collapses and writhes, engulfed by flames. Aw, we couldn't save him. Beset by a smoke-clogged air, blistering heat, and burning debris, is rapidly losing strength. With every passing moment, survival becomes more unlikely. Palgina clears the fallen beam with easy grace, avoiding the scattered embers and debris underfoot. Smoke cloud's vision makes it difficult to breathe, but staggers forward. Comes to the door, rushing out of the blaze and into the mountain air. Alright! We saved one of them.
Thank the gods you saved her.
We saved one. I'll take it. I was sure that thing was coming down and taking your friend with it. At least you got Keedy out when you did. As for poor Lurgolder, you look like you could use a drink. Take this over to Hairfrix and have one on me. Oh. Well, at least we saved one. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even think about that. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We kind of rushed in here with no regard for all these things to look at. Okay, let's go to the inn first, because I think that's where the quest wanted to take me. Or not the inn, but we're in a guild's house. See a middle-aged woman and younger man locked in an argument. Both wear clothes streaked with blood and dirt.
They've destroyed the stockade, Mother. It's...
Enough. They're gone.
She holds up a hand which is missing the final joint of the ring finger. As he glowers at his toes, she turns to you with dark circles under her eyes.
The deliverer of Cadnua. Thank you for making the journey. Abidan knows it's a long one. Well, I'm sure you wagered on a more civilized welcome. Still, we're much obliged for your capable intervention.
You're welcome. It's an honor to be called here.
That's fine of you to say so, though I'm hoping your strengths lie more with arms than words. Stalwart isn't much more than a grease stain on a map. What roads we've got in the White March are basically tracks in the snow. And for every trader or adventurer that comes through, 3 of our own leave for good. But it weren't always so. There was a time when kings and queens sent their firstborn to these mountains, when the White March was the envy of empires.
For an instant, she looks like a much younger woman. Something to aspire to, then. You have the evidence it can be done. What does this have to do with me?
The Pargrin dwarves transformed the White March once. We could bring some of that greatness back to Stalwart. But we need the White Forge.
Never heard of it.
Of course. Been over 200 years since anyone's felt so much as a summery breeze near it. I'm hoping you can do something about that.
How so?
We've been trying to breach Durgan's battery for over a year now. Problem is, the other expeditions can't so much as dent the front door.
Tell me about these other expeditions.
A dozen different groups have come through at our request, and several more besides. Been hoping that one of them could clear the way through Durgan's battery. But young or old, green or seasoned, it don't seem to matter. They cast their spells, chisel at the door, and search the grounds until they've worn new treads into the old stone. The lucky ones eventually go home. Plenty more find themselves on the wrong side of a blizzard, or an ogre raiding party.
Why the sudden interest in the White Forge?
We're an old mining town. Or we were until the Adirans pulled out and left us with a half-dug mine shaft and something resembling an inn. Since then, it's been a steady decline. You've seen the roads. Isn't much we can produce that the Valians can't ship cheaper.
It is what we do. All right, Pallegino, you didn't have to butt in there.
But the White Forge... well, if we could fire it up again and start producing Durgan steel, or something close to it, wouldn't matter if we're in the White March or the Living Lands, business would come.
And that's why you need my help.
That's the long and short of it. We're laborers and fisherfolk, not adventurers. But Durgan steel could put Stalwart on the map again, open up the mines, bring in new business. We just need the White Forge.
Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's see. I don't see why you need the White Forge to make good steel.
Finally, someone talking sense.
Durgan steel wasn't just good. It was some of the best. We need the best if we're going to keep Stalwart alive. No one alive today has seen the White Forge, but the old stories tell that it was powerful, glowed white-hot, and gave off a steady, even heat, unlike any other furnace. Let better-schooled folk puzzle over how the thing was built. I just want to see it put to use.
What happened to Durgan's battery?
It don't bear dwelling on. There's too many superstitions about that place as it is.
Killed each other off, or so the old books say.
Plenty of tales to go around, but none of them opened the battery. And the last thing people need is another reason to fear the place.
Kith do enjoy their ghost stories, though the Glenfathians take theirs very seriously.
Whatever it was, the other Pargrin dwarven settlements in the White March, Bone Picker, the Hawk, and the rest, emptied out not long after, moved to gentler, greener lands.
Had the right idea, if you ask me.
How is it no one's gotten into Durgan's battery yet?
Where should I start? Ogres, blizzards, or sheer damned inaccessibility? It ain't for lack of trying, I'll tell you that much. Got untold riches in Durgan steel lying just inside, and never mind the White Forge itself. The Adirans who first settled Stalwart tried to crack it. So did the Valians, and every other cocky adventurer with more metal than sense. But the place has a funny way of sealing itself up. Front door stays shut, the tower entrances are clogged with rubble, and it's been impossible to blast a way in.
Why is Durgan steel so special?
Because you can shave stone with it, cleave cast iron in two, and the stuff's as rare as it is remarkable.
Steel is steel. It may be light and it may take an edge well, but the legend grows with each passing year.
If we could make something even half as good, we'd have a market at our doorstep and work enough for all of Stalwart.
Tell me about the Pargrin dwarves.
Pargrin's a word in their language. Means traveler. They've been wanderers for generations, but I couldn't tell you much more.
Any idea where I should begin?
The battery's up the mountain to the north. A good hike away.
Near Galvino's place, huh?
So it is. Though I was going to suggest dealing with that ogre camp before anything.
Who's Galvino?
Mestre Galvino, as the old crosspatch prefers it, lives by himself and keeps the wilder and beasts at bay through sheer foulness of his temper.
She means to say he's a skilled smith and animancer, who's lived in the shadow of Durgan's battery for over a decade.
And he butters his bread on both sides and fits his left shoe before his right. But that's neither here nor there.
You seem flustered all of a sudden. Did he do something to anger you?
Me and the rest of the town. He knows better than to linger at our gates.
What happened with him?
Old lunatic finally went too far. And we sent word to the Valiant academies. I don't like speaking on it, but if you want to get his guff, just remind him that we gave him the boot.
I see.
Ain't nobody here fond of the man, but he's a clever hand and a quick study. It's a fool who thinks he stayed so close to the battery without figuring something about it.
You said as much to the last party, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Maybe they didn't run afoul of Baragon's ogres after all. Just watch your step. Galvino's place is a ways east of the battery, and folk who pass it bring unsettling tales.
Tell me about the ogre camp.
Belongs to Flames That Whisper, Matron Baragon's clan. Hunters tell me they've been active of late.
Hunting elk and otherwise minding their own damn business.
Minding their own business. Never mind the latest expedition's disappearance, or the broken stockade.
I'm saying we shouldn't agitate them further.
I'll gladly confront Baragon if it'll help Stalwart.
One less matron would make our walls safer. What's left of them, anyway. Also, Baragons like to have whatever the last expedition found. Rumor has it they disappeared near her turf.
Killing a matron will only make our problems worse. The way to approach Baragon is with your hands held high.
If anyone could parley with an ogre, I suppose it'd be you. But they aren't known for their patience with prattle.
Got it.
Good. Before you leave town, stop by the Grave's Rest. Most visitors to Stalwart spend some time there, so Hafric and his patrons may be able to give you the lay of the land.
Don't know about you, but I'm parched all of a sudden. Actually, I wanted to
What's
ask
on
you
your
something.
mind? The Pargrin dwarves guarded it like a mother bear. What's on your mind?
Everything. Can you tell me anything about the last expedition that went to Durgan's battery?
They didn't volunteer much, and I knew better than to ask. I've seen all types charging through here. Professional companies with shiny new equipment as brazen as you please, and hopeless runts with nothing but tattered leathers. But these folk, I don't know what they were after, and the way they looked at you made you feel cold all over.
Did they happen to be wearing weird masks? With hoods on?
Wish I could tell you more. What's on your mind?
Maybe, just maybe.
Eyes open.
Something else you need?
Do you know anything about Durgan's battery?
It's a fool's hope. A fantasy that's kept these parts inhabited longer than they should be. They say the Pargrunan dwarves developed Durgan's steel, became powerful, rich. And then one day, they locked their doors and died.
Sounds like dwarves to me.
Nothing like a mystery to stir folk up. Most of Stalwart is convinced that some Pargrin secret will save us all. But that don't stop them from whispering a prayer when they pass the old fortress.
Earlier you said I should make peace with Matron Baragon.
About the only thing folk here haven't tried. Killing one more matron won't change things for long. Besides, her clan's Flames That Whisper. The one that attacked us was Wolf with Many Mouths. I'd know him anywhere.
They're cut from the same cloth, Aldrich. Only a matter of time before Baragon marches through that gap in our walls.
You seem to disagree with Renegeld on quite a few matters.
Mother's convinced that a magic forge will turn this frozen crack into a hub of civilization. She can't accept this place is dying. Me, I'd just as soon move on.
What do you do here?
I'm a carpenter. Mother's a builder. so it felt like a good fit at the time. Not that we've got a lot of new folk to build houses and furnishings for. These days, I spend most of my time fixing up the stockade.
Farewell. Alright, let's go to the inn. As you say, it's usually a good place to get some information.
There's little town left, if there was much of one to begin with. Been looking everywhere for you.
Oh. Sure. Man is sweating despite the cold. His mouth opens to speak. All that comes out is a hacking cough. All Herefrick's fault. Damn fool sent me to the other side of town looking for you. At last he stands, wiping a dripping brow with the back of his hand, offers his hand. Alright, I'll shake your hand. Pleased to meet you. I'm the captain of the militia around here. Nice to meet you. Wanted to catch you before you went running off into the wild. See, there's a few dangerous folk you might be on the lookout for. If you're heading out to Longwatch Falls, I thought you might pick up a thermal pearl for me. You want me to find a thermal pearl for you? That's the thing, I already found it. I just need someone to go get it. Saw it in the hot springs up near Longwatch Falls. Would have grabbed it myself, but that's when I looked around and saw the Logufith. Must have been 50 of them. I would have fought, started to wonder what the rest of the stall were to do without me, so I ran. This dude sounds like he's a bit of a coward, huh? What's a thermal pearl anyway? Form of the hot springs, something to do with all the mineral waters. Kind of smell funny. They're full of minerals. Have to crumble them into a pint. They cure scurvy. Tell me about Longwatch Falls. It's east of Stalwart. Got some nice views to the valley most folk avoid it these days. Plenty of wilder nearby. Takes a few inches of snow to block the pass. If you're heading that way, I suggest talking to Thiersik. Might have something to help you deal with them. Stop by Thiersik's place before you leave town. Okay, you said something about dangerous folk. We get our share of crazies out here, most of them aren't even from the village. Latest group I heard were the Gleaming Society and the Sisterhood of the Slaked Skull. Renegade set aside some bounty money to see that these troublemakers were taken care of. You bring me the heads of those leaders, I'll give you payment. Know about the Gleaming Society. Crazy pack of radicals that want to topple governments, kill the wealthy. Duke Avar and the regent of Raidsteros both declared them illegal, which is probably the only thing those two would agree on. Anyway, check Longwatch Falls to the east. That's where they were seen last. Who leads the Sisterhood of Slaked Skulls? That'll be Metzla. All the members of the Sisterhood worship Barath, sending as many folk back to the wheel as they can. Been poking around Durgan's battery, and Whale only knows why. You can understand why no one around here was pleased to hear about it. Passed through town recently, didn't stay long, stopped at the Temple of Andra. You might see if Lafta knows something. Come across them, be careful, they're unpredictable. Okay, cool. More quests, more quests. Rayfall.
Don't see the harm. Building's thirsty work. Figured you'd be out of here in a flash after the fighting died down. Most people don't stick around after they figure out the ogres are making regular visits. I would have helped fight them monsters off, you know, if I didn't think I'd just get in the way. And with you there to handle things, everything turned out well enough, didn't it? No one wants to actually do any
fighting around here.
Don't see why Havrick's still sour at me.
What's this about Havrick?
Oh, Havrick's the innkeeper over at the Grave's Rest. I may have been hiding in the inn when the fighting started. The raid didn't improve his disposition any. Did you know he has a whole case of Fenlin liquor in there? I keep offering to buy it off him, but he says he's saving it up for when the battery's open again. As if we're gonna last that long. Anyhow, he said he'd thrash me up and down the mountain if I didn't leave him be.
Seems reasonable to want to save it for a special occasion.
It's delusional is what it is. Point of fact, what with you dealing with ogres and everything, maybe you'd, you know, be willing to help me out. Havrick keeps all the good stock in the inn cellar. Out of sight, you see. I mean, it's bound to be under lock and key, but I'm sure he wouldn't miss a single bottle. Not with everything that's going on.
What does stealing wine for you have to do with fighting ogres?
Well, Averick can be a little intimidating when it comes to his beverages. But otherwise, not much, I guess.
I'm not gonna rob the innkeeper for you.
Shh, all right, keep it down. I didn't mean anything by it. But if you happen to...
These people wanting me to do illegal stuff. No, thank you. No.
If it's okay, I'm gonna wait by that fire there while you do that thing with the battery.
Dear, not you too.
Ooh. Still can't feel my fingers. Thought I'd found shelter when I stumbled across this little village. Guessing you did too, huh? As much blood as there was in the streets, I'm lucky the ale's still flowing.
What exactly happened to you?
Thought all the whispers about Durgan's battery were just village superstition. And maybe they are. But I might have been on my guard if I'd listened. I was part of an expedition, hunting for relics from Durgan's battery. And picked up a good haul, too. So it figures that's when the winds pick up and the sky starts dumping snow. We lost sight of the road. Meanwhile, something else found us. Took Liam out before we even realized we were surrounded. And then we see him coming out of the snow. These little four-armed wilder. Lagufoth, they're called. Quick little bastards. Francesca and I held them off as long as we could, but when they filled her full of darts, I turned tail and ran. Found my way here and thanked my luck for escaping the Lagufoth. Then come to find out that this town's got an ogre problem.
Sorry to hear about your friends.
That's a kind sentiment. I'll mourn them when I get home. But I've got to retrieve our haul if I'm to have any hope of that. I need to get those artifacts. Not that I'm in any shape to go after them myself. But I can't afford to return to Defiance Bay without something to show for my expedition. But you know how to navigate the wilds. You'd be able to find your way out there and back with no trouble, I'd wager. I'll give you a cut for anything you bring back, of course. I ain't asking for charity. I just can't afford to go home empty-handed.
Tell me what you're looking for.
Like I said, we were treasure hunting near Durgan's battery when we were ambushed. What else do you want to know?
Rennigan told me there's another expedition came through before I arrived. Was that you?
Who? No, that would have been somebody else. We didn't meet with Renningild, or anyone else in town for that matter. We were operating on our own.
Where can I find your caravan?
What's left of it should be near Durgan's battery. If you stumble across the Lagufoth, you'll know you're close.
Why are these relics so important to you?
We took out several loans to pay for our trip out here.
Yep.
I'm gonna have trouble if I don't pay them back.
Examine her teeth. Stained with dark spots. Ah. A Svef user. What do you know about Durgan's battery?
Just that it's been locked up tight for 200 years on account of those dwarves having a row. Which means that any trinkets from inside fetch a nice price. Sorry,
Okay. Good timing, you can watch me trounce Bjerthwin. Once, Andrew, you won once. What are you playing? Orland's head. That's what they call it anyhow. Smooth. Pick a target. See, nose or ears. Nose is worth more if you got 2 ears to work with. You get less points the further from the target you get, so for the mouth and eyes, no points if you miss. Fancy a game, 3 throws each. Whoever gets the most points by the end of all wager, I'll put down 50 pans. Sure. Let's play. Knife hits the ear, scoring 7. Your turn. Aim for the nose. Not bad. I feel like I gotta keep aiming for the nose. Nice. This guy's good. Hey. I'm pretty good at this.
Owena! Go check on that Orlin. Make sure he don't steal nothing.
Alright,
Never seen such a bloodbath. Feels like we got half the town's survivors in here, just drinking to forget it.
Don't
but
blame
you must
him.
be looking for some refreshment, too, after the way you handled them ogres. Or perhaps a room. Say the word and I'll give that shifty little Orlin the boot.
I'd like a room.
Top quality bear pelts on every bed. You...
Cool, so I'm gonna rest and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some coffee real quick. Yep. Yep, give me the good stuff. I'll be right back. Alright, now let's talk to him about everything else.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
Thought you might want to know that Rayfold asked me to steal your liquor.
He did he? That shifty little crook never learns. I'll have it put away somewhere safe. Thank you for doing the decent thing.
No
Here,
problem.
For your honesty. Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
Earlier you said something about an Orlin.
Showed up a few days ago, sticks his nose out of the back room just long enough to empty his chamber pot. Up to no good, I tell you. I'd like nothing more than to see him gone, but I don't want to ruckus over it.
What makes you so sure he's trouble?
We get our share of lowlifes coming through here. Smugglers, fugitives, kith looking to avoid the sharp eye of the law. Way he's keeping to himself, well, honest kith sure don't have cause for it.
I could talk to him.
I'd appreciate it. And I suppose I don't need to remind you that I don't want you to hurt him. I'm sure you can find a more discreet way of handling the problem. Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
Back to worm your hands, eh? So who am I supposed to talk to? Calvino, Durgan's Battery. Speak to the Orlin.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Excuse me, was there something you need?
I don't know what the Orlin looks like. This guy?
Not to be rude, but I'm rather busy. Can't you get another room?
The Orlin, yeah, okay. This one hides something. His mind is a maze of fear. Hayfrick sent me to check on you. He thinks you're up to something.
He... what? Oh, no. No. Is she there? Did you see her?
You seem pretty nervous about something.
I was a slave in Raid Ceres. I ran away. Made it here. The mountains are usually the best place to lose slavers, but Duvall's one of the best.
I'm so sorry, can I help?
I just want to get out of here. I've scraped together enough money to reach New Haelmar. But the locals talk about a Raid Saren party, camped west of town. It's got to be Duvala. She's been after me since the foothills. I'll pay you if you can get rid of her. I don't care how.
I'll do it.
Thank you. But be careful. She wouldn't have come alone.
I'm always down to help someone with their slaver problem.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, hey.
I'm so glad you came by. I hoped I'd have the chance to thank you properly. They told me what happened. God's bless you, ma'am. I owe you my life. I know it was foolish of me to run in there. But this ring is all that I have of my family.
How are you holding up?
Oh, I'm managing. Fenway's letting me stay with her until I'm back on my feet. Everyone's been lovely, really. It was hard seeing what's left of the house. But Rayvald says he's going to see a hut raised for me soon as they get the logs.
What's so special about this ring, anyway?
Sentiment, mostly. When he first settled here, my grandfather had a ring fashioned from the first batch of ore he excavated. It was supposed to commemorate his fresh start. He passed it on to his daughter, and my mother gave it to me in turn.
Farewell. Aw, no quest, huh? Alright, let's go downstairs. Just to make sure. Some gamblers, huh?
Ten Pond says she trips them.
You're awful.
The hero of the hour. Hayfrick send you down to check on us? We aren't causing trouble, on my word. Who are you? Humble fisherman. What are you playing? Dozens. Care to test your luck? No, I don't want to. Okay. Odd place for a game, isn't it? Hayfrick doesn't like us making a ruckus upstairs, so I get the cellar provided I don't do digging in his stores. It's a fair bargain. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't really feel like playing another game. So let's head upstairs. Then we've got some people to talk to. Getting a lot of quests, though. Getting quite a bit. Quite a few quests. So let's see. So that goes to Durgan's battery. So did go to Thrisk's house, Tana's house. I'll go to Tana's house first. Okay. I'm full on camping supplies, which is a good thing. But it's good to know there's one there too.
They gone? Have those nasty brutes finally left? I heard the ogres outside, tearing down walls and murdering folk. Don't remember how things got this bad. But you're the new adventurer. Renengild's latest volunteer. She said you don't suffer nonsense. Bet you'd whip those layabouts at the mine into shape. Did you say something, dear? Me? I was the overseer at the mine. But I still remember plenty about the mining business. And I got as many folk as I can digging out the entrance. Been praying to the salty wench that I don't forget too much afore they finish the job. Got to speak up?
I have a feeling that I'm going to be talking to her about something else later. She wouldn't be voice acted just for those lines. Just a hunch.
I often dreamed of visiting the republics. There, at least, the people value trade.
Trade of all things.
Alright.
And competition between the republics keeps us strong.
Rauatai is a unified nation with fleeter ships.
This is,
Someday
yeah.
it may prove
Need to talk to this guy, so let's go talk to him. See what info he can give us about the, about Durgan's battery. Okay.
It must be.
Storf is busy staring into the fire, slowly puffing away on his pipe.
Sorry. Didn't hear you come in. My ears aren't what they used to be.
Are you hurt?
Wasn't the ogres, I can tell you that. Put a few arrows in one of those and they generally have the good sense to back off. But I've been hunting this wolf for near a year now. A man-eater. Cunning, nasty thing. Every time I get close, it just slips away. The beast has already claimed many lives. The first victim was my son,
sad.
Saldren. Got the better of me this last time. Distracted me long enough for one of its kin to turn up. Nearly bit me clean in half. I'm a few weeks out from trying again.
You said this thing is a wolf?
No ordinary wolf. A monster. This creature is big. And I see the signs it leaves behind. The mess it made to the last couple of hunters and the elk. Doesn't always finish its meals. Damn thing might be sick. Might have a bullet in its jaw. Something. In any case, it needs to be put down.
Where is this beast?
It roams the russet wood out to the west. Seems to have decided the lake is a good place to find prey. Yeah. It's picked off some scattered ogres from time to time. But mostly it's been going after hunters, travelers.
Can you tell me about your previous encounters?
Nothing to tell. Near misses, all of them. One time he clambered right up the cliffs to avoid my snares. Another time,
that is a smart
he chased
wolf.
a bear into my camp. I nearly had him once.
Sounds like he might be a druid or something.
Eating, and I had the gun aimed right for him. Until the wind changed. He charged headlong into the tree to get at me. Nearly knocked me off my perch. And when I righted myself, he was gone.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
It needs doing. But I warn you, this beast is not to be trifled with. It must make its lair somewhere to the west. If you mean to go there, keep your wits about you. Watch yourself on the mountain. In these lean times, everything looks like prey to something.
Who are you?
I'm Thiersch.
Thiersch.
I've lived here long enough that
I'm so bad at pronouncing
these names. Calling
me
the Old Hunter. And that's about all I can say for myself.
I have some questions.
Coming to your elders for advice, is it? What can I do for you?
Teodor said I should talk to you before I head to Longwatch Falls. And a good thing you did. Hot springs north of the road are calling with a logfith. I'm surprised Teodor found himself out there. The thing about the logfith is you're fast, tolerant to cold too, so try another angle of attack. These will come in handy. Use them if you get in trouble. Cool. If I'm being honest, I'd say the beasts are going to be a challenge for you. I know you held your own against those ogres, but it might be wise to wait a spell before taking on those logfith. What can you tell me about Stalwart?
Well, I can tell you it won't be here much longer if things go on as they are. With the mines closed, we've lost what put us on the map in the first place. We're losing people every month. Too many mouths to feed and not enough to support them. Even the game's dwindling. I've been lucky. I've hides and horns enough to keep the traders happy, but now the ogres are picking the rest of us off.
What can you tell me about the ogres? Only they've been coming down in force again and again, trying to drive us out or kill us outright.
The moment we started looking into Durgan's battery, it was like we'd kicked a hornet's nest. You made a good showing against that last group, by the way. I think you've given them reason to think twice about coming back.
Why is the hunting so poor?
It's been a colder season than usual, and the elk herds aren't faring well. We're stuck fighting with the ogre clans and the wolves over what's left.
Hey Rathbast, what link did you want to post?
Not to mention the occasional beast. We've lost a lot of young hunters.
Has the legacy struck Stalwart as well?
It has. We had some hope in the early days that we'd be spared, isolated as we are. That hope died in a hurry. Not everyone's been so unlucky, of course. You'll see a few pampered sprats around.
Treating them like precious stones won't see them grow up any faster, if at all. That's all the questions I had. Alright. Some more quests. Very nice. We'll do one quick run around the town. Make sure we're not missing anything. And then we'll head out. I have a lot of places to go still. Okay, cool. Ah, the adventurers saved the village. So good of you to visit my humble wagon. How's business? Poor, like this place. Not much coin to be made trading. Came to the White March because I assumed there would be no competition. And I have none, but there's nothing to compete. Why do you stay? I was rather vocal about my inevitable success with my friends and family. If I give up and return with little more than I left? Fair enough. He says, I'm in too deep. Show me what you have to sell. Raiment of Whale's Eyes. Grants mirrored image when hit by a critical hit. Yeah. Ultimate Hat of Alluring Perfection. +2 might, +2 constitution, -2 intellect, -2 resolve. No thank you. Rufik's Watchful Cloak. 2+ enemies needed to flank, +2 perception. That could potentially be good. Ring of Deflection. That's fine. Could be good too. +5 accuracy. A couple of you need belts, huh? And gloves. Which one of you has the highest perception? 15, 9, 12, 14, 14, 17. And that gives +3 perception. What is this? +2? Well, kind of wish I didn't buy that now. Oh well. Oh, I forgot I got this. Stealthy, +perception. But those don't stack, right? If it's helmet and cloak, they're not going to stack. Dang. I guess I can put it on you. Did I buy those gloves? Nope. Let's go ahead and buy those. You need gloves. Cool. And you need a belt. And this gives +5 accuracy. Sure. Cool. Let's finish up exploring the town. Looks like we got a couple more places to visit. Oh yeah, we gotta go to the temple. I'll find it without your help not giving up, you hear me? What was that about? Charlatans. Dwarf paces with his head down and arms crossed. Face is smeared dark with grime. Soot falls from his beard as he mumbles to himself. Work my hands into bloody stumps in this place, and for what? Start with nothing, leave with less. Sorry for your loss. Don't be, I deserve it all. Good riddance, should have never settled here in the first place. I'm not leaving until I recover what's mine. They can't deny me again, not after this. Those sweet-tongued priests took my heirlooms, buried the memory of my past. What priests? Only ones here. Occupied the temple some time ago, picking at desperate folk like vultures. Andra's dogs said the goddess would forgive. Some things best left to be forgotten. Their leader, Lafta, believed her words. Now they won't tell me where it is. What did you want to forget about your past? It was a different life, better days until... It's my burden to bear, not yours. Thought I'd cast it away. Why won't they tell you? They think they know better. What else did you give the priests? You gave them your armor? What are you doing, buddy? They'll respond better to tact than tirades. Sharp metal always used to win me arguments, but I see your point. Be surprised if they return it willingly. Believe it's their sacred duty. Better to find out where they dropped them, I think. Tell me about this medallion you want to recover. It belonged to my sister. It was just a pretty trinket to her. To me, she is the last of my family. What's Lafta's role in this? Leads that group of crows. I don't expect luck to grace me now, but if you find something, I'll be here. Ista?
Oh, it's working! Yes! I can't believe it! It's really... Oh.
No. What's working?
My ore locating divination tool. Well, that's what it will be. I have to calibrate it. Right now it seems to think you're a copper deposit. My Animancer contacts did suggest that a particular strong soul essence might interfere. I'm more interested in minerals in any case.
Maybe I do have a strong soul.
I suppose that's possible. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, unfortunately.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to recreate the instruments that first led the Pargrun dwarves to this mountain. This is my latest prototype. Centuries ago, dwarves carrying tools just like this one followed their readings to what is now the Battery. If I can recreate their work, then I may be able to find ore deposits elsewhere. I was hoping to test it, but my arrival was delayed by word of the ogre attack. I haven't been able to find anyone to venture up the mountain since.
I can go up the mountain for you.
Really? That'd be wonderful. I just have to adjust the device, you see. It should point you toward metal deposits. We already know the Battery rests on some rich veins, but I was hoping to get a reading of the surrounding mountainside. If you can follow the readings to ore and bring back a sample, I can use it to refine the device. Thanks
Interesting.
ever so much for this.
No problem. And into the temple we go. There's so many things going on in this little town. Ugh. Alright, Lafta, what do you have to say for yourself? Andra welcomes you into her embrace. We're here to ease pain of your past, ready to take your burdens. If you let the goddess help with your hardships, of course. I heard that worshippers of Barath visited you recently. Little happens around here that doesn't end in the mouths of the villagers, but we're obliged to assist everyone, regardless of their faith. A group of women came to us, yes, their leader wanted to know of Durgan's battery. I obliged, pointed them in its direction. Left as quietly as they arrived. This place has grown dangerous enough already. Wanted to ask you about Okryn's heirloom. Dwarf already asked, we gave him the counsel he needed. And naturally, we'll do what we can for you too. He wants his medallion back. Ah, Okryn, how often we let the shadows of the past become a burden to even others. That medallion, it weighs on Okryn's mind. You're kind to help, but what he really needs is to cast away those memories. He's changed his mind. As a priest, you must listen. I listened to him. Such dark memories, so much regret. We took on his burdens for his good and the good of the village. His belongings, his past, now rest in Andra's realm to be forgotten, so that the wounds of the soul may heal. That is the will of the goddess. Let's suppose Okryn had moved on. Tell me where his heirloom is. He hasn't, and that's the point. Besides, you have no authority here. I wonder what the village's leader would have to say. You think we don't act in accordance with the local customs? The village knows we came here to help the unfortunate. I can keep asking for a time. I see there's no dissuading you, and you seem a person of will. Very well. Okryn's heirloom was taken by Ixtal, chosen gift-bearer among us, to be cast away an offering to Andra. Only he knows where. You could ask him herself, but he's on a trek to the mountains of Dogryn's battery. Of course he is. If you run into Ixtal, tell him he has urgent duties to attend here. Tell me about your gift-bearer. Business in Durgan's battery. If you insist. Okay. It's hard to believe that only the gift-bearer knows where they're cast away. Let me ask you something else. Okay. Kextal. Maybe you have more information. I've got nothing for you. Speak with Lafta if you must. Well, never mind. We tried. We tried. Alright. As you step outside, the heavy door of the temple shuts behind you. Sounds like the priests have engaged in an agitated conversation. You get the sense they're discussing you. Though there may be other places nearby where you stand a better chance. Shh. You mean like over here? The wooden shutters of the temple's window close tight. Can't quite make sense of the murmur, but cracking a shutter open would likely help. Rusty iron latch holds the window shutters. With care, you might be able to unfasten it without being noticed. Sure, let's try. Halfway there, the rusted iron resists with a screech. Uh-oh. You freeze, listening to the voices in hopes the priest didn't hear. Pour some oil on the latch. Sure. Just the right amount of oil, nudging the metal until the rust gives away without a sound. Very nice. You hear a man speaking his agitated tone. You do that, hope the mountains will do it. What if Ixal, his sentence cuts as if the man is speaking to all sides of the room. Suppose she tells them instead. What then? Why would she? And with all those dangers near the battery, our gift bearer won't delay. I expect... You always expect. Look at what's taken us. Look where that's taken us. A dying village. Ogres at the walls. Ixal's not back yet, and now I have to do his... Uh-oh. Do you think I wanted this, that I could have known in advance? We can't wait for him. We must fish out the last batch quickly. After that, we'll decide. You only distinguish the last words. In that russetwood pond, I'll go. Ooh. So that's where they're throwing the stuff out. Or search the waters of the russetwood. Yep, I got a feeling that's where it is.
Huh, that's what I get for asking directions in the middle of nowhere. Say, I don't suppose you've seen any mysterious old buildings in the mountains lately, have you?
You mean Durgan's Battery?
No, but I've heard that name a lot around here. I'm looking for the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. It's an obscure temple dedicated to Andra.
Why are you looking for the Abbey?
I'm a gift bearer. My job is to gather tokens of things people want forgotten and surrender them to the Lady of Lament. Best place to do that is the Abbey of the Fallen Moon.
What kinds of tokens do you take?
Anything that represents a moment or a memory someone wishes to leave behind. Love notes, awkward family heirlooms, bad poetry, the kinds of things you want to forget.
I see.
I might be here a while. Half the villagers have never heard of the Abbey, and the ones that have, no one knows where it is. So I'm trying to think of this as an extended holiday in a remote mining village that smells like fish.
I've got business in the region. We could travel together.
You won't regret it. I've got a lovely singing voice. And the company's welcome.
She winks at Palagina. Ooh, spicy. She's a barbarian. Ooh, who would I drop for a barbarian? I don't know if I would drop any of them, though. I kind of like my party the way it is. But then I'm gonna miss out on the quest. A deer, maybe? Either a deer or Kana. We'll drop a deer.
See you when I see you.
I think we'll be okay without a deer. That's some good armor. Do I have any weapons that you can use? I need to sell some of these weapons. I have a shield, which you probably don't want to use. We have a flail. You already have fine weapons, though. Anything else we can give you? Some armor, maybe? Your armor's probably fine. Yeah. Perception. Sneak attack bonus. None of these are particularly good for a barbarian. Spell defense bonus. We can at least give you this for now. Okay. And then...
Following your lead.
We got to put you on aggressive. And we have to update our little thing here. There we go. And we'll level you up. Alright. Let's see what barbarians get. So let's see. Probably athletics, huh? Yeah, we can go with athletics. Alright. Accurate Carnage. Improving the accuracy of secondary attacks. Barbaric Blow. Additional crits and extra damage on crits. Once per encounter. Let's go with Accurate Carnage. Accuracy seems like it's too good to pass up on. Let's keep going. Athletics. Frenzy. Granting a might and constitution and attack speed bonus but causing deflection penalty while the barbarian's frenzy is active. Endurance and health are concealed. Savage Defiance. Regenerating a large amount of endurance. That seems pretty good. Causes barbarian to lash out in pain, granting a bonus to damage for as long as his or her endurance is below 50%. Which one goes first? This PoE or the other PoE? What do you mean by that? Let's go with Savage Defiance. Athletics. Strengthens Savage Defiance, causing it to provide a bonus to all defenses. Sure. Blooded. Oh, I already saw that one. The barbarian hits so hard that ordinary means of defense can be easily overpowered. On attacks that normally target deflection, the barbarian will instead attack fortitude if it is the lower defense. Cool. Courageous standing against all attackers. Grant melee damage bonus when the barbarian is adjacent to 2 or more enemies, and the barbarian cannot be flanked unless engaged by 3 enemies. Bloodlust imparts an unquenchable bloodlust to the barbarian, increasing his or her speed temporarily in battle once he or she personally downed at least 2 enemies. Okay. Let's go with Brute Force. Yeah, sorry, Togi. I'm not sure exactly what you're what you mean. Barbaric Blow. Bloodthirst. After killing an enemy, the barbarian's recovery is waived, allowing them to attack again immediately. Threatening Presence. As long as the barbarian is stationary, nearby enemies may be sickened. Thick Skin. Just increase the damage reduction. Yeah, that sounds good. Probably going with veteran recovery here. I feel like that's just like the good, like, default one to go with. Is veterans recovery. Passive endurance. Yeah, why not, right? Barbaric shout. Terrifying enemies in the area. Exacts a final revenge when the barbarian reduced to 0 endurance, causing him or her to perform instant carnage full attacks at everyone in range. That sounds pretty crazy. I mean, I'd rather them not be going down at all. Thick skin is boring. Now let's go with Vengeful of a Defeat. That's way more fun. I was gonna go with thick skin. It's just too boring, you know? It's just too boring. We gotta go with the fun skills.
Fresh fish! Freshly caught!
Oh my gosh.
Fresh fish! Freshly caught!
He's really got to tell everyone.
His eyes! It looked at me! Ah!
Jesus, who did I scare away? A dozen pairs of globular eyes stare up from the piteous of a discarded heads of Dazed Cast Fist, awash in pugnant sea of fins and innards. Sift through the scraps. Your hand runs up against something round and fleshy the size of a melon. It's smooth and scaleless. Parts seem to be covered in hair. Discarded head, perhaps, but not that of a fish. Pull out the head. You begin to lift it out of the barrel, only to have it leap from your grasp as the head's owner springs from the lip of the... Oh my gosh! What is going on? What? This dude was hiding in a barrel of fish? He's covered head to toe in scars, tears and punctures and thorny implants of lashings. Oh, is he like a slave escaping or something? Despite that, the condition of this man's body is remarkable. His face is placid, the rest of him appears to be prepared for anything.
You must forgive, Zawa. I was not expecting you.
I wasn't expecting you either, dude. If he's all flustered, he gives no indication.
Resting my eyes, I thought, waiting for the Malkachoa to bring me insight. It would seem I dozed. A good thing my master was not alive to see it.
This guy is whack.
Are you real?
Yes.
Of course. I meant no offense, but I find it is best to ask when Malkachoa is involved.
Malkachoa?
A small white mushroom. I have heard it called snowcap in these lands.
Oh, so he was tripping on drugs.
It can reveal the true nature of many things.
You have a master, you said?
A teacher, not an owner. Zawa is a free man. Well, as free as any of us.
I still don't understand why you were in that barrel.
I was freeing myself from vanity. Consider, how can one be vain who is bathed in the smell of dead fish?
Hard to argue with that.
I had the idea when I passed this way earlier. I am pleased with the results so far.
This dude is weird. Smiles at a woman whose head swiveled towards him as she passed by.
Yes, quite pleased.
Do you often smear yourself with fish?
Gods, no. What a way to travel the world. The usual way is to smear yourself with the ashes of the dead. But they do not burn their dead here, so I have to make do with what the land provides.
Excuse me? Smear yourself with the ashes of the dead?
The cold seems to conquer the smell. Even now, the scent hides itself. Disappointing.
Those scars are from battle?
From battle, yes. I left them upon my enemies. These were struck against fear. These against pleasure. These against hatred. Those down there against greed and doubt. And these were for vanity.
You made those scars.
I cannot take credit for all of them, but I did most of the good ones. I put them there in battle to remind myself what is real and what is not. Our worst enemies are inventions of the mind, pleasure, fear. When we see them for what they are, we become unstoppable.
And you achieve this.
I feel I have been close, but never for more than an instant. In the moment when the pain is sharpest, the world becomes clear. In that moment, I am a match for anyone.
Your wounds must have caused you to suffer greatly.
Of course. I am fortunate to have suffered so much. If I did not suffer, I would not aspire to free myself from it. I would wander from one unfulfilling goal to the next. More wealth, a better station. My soul would wither. But to search for a place beyond suffering's reach is to nurture the soul, to harden it against the elements. Suffering is the greatest gift the gods have given us, their most beautiful, perfect creation. It is the hand that turns the wheel.
This guy is a very interesting character. You don't seem like you're around, or you don't seem like you're from around here.
I was visiting a monastery not far from here. I found it empty, but I met a messenger as I left. He carried a call for aid. Seeing that he would find no monks at the monastery, I chose to go in their place. Zawa is no longer young, but in combat he is still the greatest of the Takan people. It seemed only right that he should go.
And he's talking in third person, of course. Stalwart hired me as well.
I would not say I am hired. I seek no wage, and I promise no result. I have chosen a path, and my spoils come from walking it. And this fortress, this Durgan's battery, its people are gone. Zawa would know why.
If you seek the White Forge as well, I could use the help of an experienced warrior. He blinks as if awakening and looks back at you. He shrugs cheerily.
If one wishes to swim, it is no time to argue with the current. We are here together in this moment because a perfect force has willed it. Who is Zawa to argue? I will walk with you so long as the gods
Wait, you're
wish
telling
it
me
so.
I get to have this guy as a party member? That's awesome. Of course he's a monk. Okay, now I really don't know who to change out. I guess Kana? So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 ranged party members. Well, I guess I'm kind of druid, kind of a hybrid. I feel like maybe we change out Pallegina, but I'm a little bit worried about changing out Pallegina because the barbarian was like winking at her. What if they have some good interactions? Maybe we change out our chanter? I don't want to change out the priest. The priest is too good. Cypher's too good. I guess it's Kana.
Safe travels.
Sure. All right. Whoops. Okay, so let's change to aggressive. Let's change our formation again. We just have to change that 1, so that's good. All right, let's level you up. Crazy monk man. So Kana... Dang it, what did Kana have? Okay, so what am I missing? So let's see, we've got athletics, survival, athletics, mechanics. Okay, so we need lore. Okay, so he can be our lore guy. Looks like he's already got some points in there anyway. Lesser wounds. Lowers the monk's wound threshold, allowing him to gain more wounds at a faster rate. Monk immediately inflicts enough raw damage on himself or herself to gain a wound. Let's go with lesser wounds. Lore. Swift strikes. Monk's hands become a frenzied blur of attacks, increasing their attack rate for a brief period. Channeled the physical pain into pure energy and redirected at his or her attackers. While the monk has wounds, he or she adds a proportional fire bonus to melee damage. Seems pretty good. +2 movement speed. Target bumps out of the way, others bounces off hard surface like walls before ending up prone. Let's go with the burn damage. I mean, we're in the snow area. You know what I mean? Like, it probably needed to be doing fire damage. Okay. Mortification of the soul. Okay, so that just allows me to give myself a wound. So sure. More points into lore. Soul mirror. %50 chance to reflect ranged attacks. That's pretty tight. Powerful attack that knocks... oh, yeah. Clarity of agony. Duration of incoming existing hostile effects by half. Stunning blow. Enemies hit by a successful attack are stunned. That could be really good. Let's go with Soul Mirror, though. That sounds awesome. Deflecting ranged attacks? Heck yeah. Yeah, Veterans Recovery. Duality of Mortal Presence. Has 2 modal abilities that allow him or her to switch between a bonus to deflection and a bonus to all other defenses. Interesting. Rooting Pain. Shockwave around the monk each time he or she gains a wound, inflicting a small amount of damage and possibly calling an interrupt of all enemies in the area. That seems good. Becomes capable of projecting force from his or her fist, inflicting damage at a long range. I like this one. AoE damage. Let's see. Savage attack. Envenomed strike. Does that work with a monk who uses their fist? Interrupting blows. All attacks at enemies with low endurance convert some hits to crits, and those crits do additional damage. Damage versus Vessel, Primordial. Utility. Let's go with Bloody Slaughter. Sounds good. Crucible of Suffering. Temporary insight through endurance. Gain temporary bonus whenever a hostile effect expires. The long pain. Yeah, let's go with that. That's the ranged attack.
Too predictable.
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at his gear. So he doesn't have any armor. We could give him endurance as staff. Or are monks supposed to just use their fists? I'm not really sure. Huh. Wonder if it's better for them to use their fist or if it's better to,
Certainly.
And I mean, we gotta give him armor, right? Even if it's just something. Properties, speed, damage reflection, pierce proof second chance. Deflection against range attacks. Damage reduction against pierce. This is probably better, huh? Let's see. Max endurance bonus. Sounds good. Boots, sneak attack bonus. Perception +2. Sure, we can. Oh. No. Endurance is probably better. I guess we can give it to him for now. Give him both of those for now. Just to have something. Cool. Armor doesn't really suit him. So we got some new party members. I'm about it.
Me and Sledge are thinking about heading down, joining a caravan over to Dawning.
Dawning? What for? You like your ogres bigger?
We'd have work at least, and I'm damn sick of fish.
Nice to see you.
Feels like it's hardly worth putting the huts back up.
Well, nice to see
Better
you
than
as
standing
well.
out here shivering.
Cool. Oh, I never picked this up. Ah, they put the fire out. Cool. So let's see. So do we want to do Russet Wood first? Or Long Watch Falls first? Russet Wood, Long Watch Falls, Durgan's Battery. I think I'm tempted to do Long Watch Falls first. I can go straight there, huh? There's nothing in there.
I will walk unseen.
I guess I can change. Let's do maybe something like that. You've got your ranged weapon out.
What?
You got your ranged weapon out.
Zawa is ready.
Okay.
Oh? Certainly.
Yep. Let's do Long Watch Falls first.
Does everyone else see that
If secrets whisper
Stelgar and
here,
the
I
undersized
shall listen for
breeches?
What? Bitter Spirit.
Slowly now.
I can't talk to him or anything? That looks like a carved from the stone cliff. Entrance is collapsed, sealed with ice. You imagine commands an impressive view from the valley below. Oh, so is there a way to get down to the valley below? Maybe going to that cave? Let's quick save. Okay. Sure. Alright, first fight with the new party members. Let's see how it goes. Let's do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and cast this. And cool, let's just see how it goes. Oh, well, my barbarian's already getting smacked around a little bit. I guess we'll second wind.
This is getting nowhere.
Well, that did not go well. Let's just go ahead and shapeshift here. Get our accuracy bonus going. Let's do our frightened ability here. Oh my gosh. I'm just getting melted. Oh, goodbye. Okay. Wow, she's down too. Okay, I'm confused. Are they immune to fire damage or something? Okay, they're obviously not immune to fire damage. so poorly for me.
Certainly.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to save it here, and I'll continue this tomorrow. We'll actually get started on White March and doing all this stuff, so thanks for hanging out today, guys. It's been fun. Hopefully we'll see you next time.